Hello everyone, it's TIJ and welcome back to episode 18 of the Liverpool based Football Manager 2018. Thank you so much if you watched up to this point and have watched since episode 1. It's really appreciated. I understand that views have slightly declined since the last few episodes, and that's fair enough because we are coming up to a bit of a dull part of this. And there's only 2 episodes to go, I think, because last episode we thought the league was over, now it's officially over. Arsenal are the Premier League champions. We cannot win it now. There's only 6 points up for grabs and Arsenal are 7 points ahead. So in terms of the Premier League, that was all done. Of course, we won the Carabao Cup, we can't win the FA Cup, but the one trophy we can win is the Europa League. So the 2 remaining episodes are going to be the Europa League semi-finals, which are going to be displayed today, and then either the last game of the Premier League season or the Europa League final, depending on where we get to. Because it'd be a bit weird to end it on a semi-final second leg if we lose today, if that makes sense. So this is definitely going to be the penultimate episode. But how have we lost the league? Now, last time you were with me, of course, we lost against Chelsea and Manchester United. Not a great one. Now, we beat Atletico Madrid 7-4 on aggregate in the quarterfinals of the Europa League. Really impressive. We beat Tottenham 4-0. And the form's just so inconsistent. And we lost to Huddersfield 2-0. We couldn't do anything about it. Then we whooped City 5-1 and beat Newcastle 1-0. But it was nothing and wasn't enough to stop Arsenal winning the Premier League for the first time since their unbeatable season back in 2004. I want to say. Right, but let's get the team sorted. I haven't actually sorted the team out just yet for this game against Arsenal in the Europa League. Funnily enough, we'll have a look at another team in the Europa League. Bournemouth are still in the Europa League. Look at this. I'd never have thought I'd say this before. A team fighting for their Premier League spot are in the Europa League and in the FA Cup final. It's been quite an incredible season for Bournemouth. And if they do stay up and get Champions League. Personally, I don't want them to go down because they're my club in FM18, but if they went down and got into the Champions League, what a story that would be. But let's sort out the team. We need to play Arnold at left back because Klein's reached his limit of cards, but let's just sort this team out. I usually do this off camera, but, well, I wouldn't say I'm in a rush, but I just want to get these done now. You know, I'm not necessarily, I wouldn't say I'm more focused on Leipzig, but the Leipzig is something new, something unique, and really this is all I'm looking for at the moment to win the Europa League. And if we go out today, it's going to be a bit of a miserable end to the season. But they've got a 5-2-3. Of course, the last game we played against them, Arsenal, we drew with them 1-1, so it's it could be quite an interesting one. But of course, I don't really care about Joachim Low. Played someone on the transfer list, but right, here we go. The first half of this episode will be played in the TV camera, and then the second leg will be played in the 2D classic camera. Once again, if you watched a few episodes ago, I'm going to advertise the Asda Lemon and Lime. It's blooming beautiful. The Asda Lemon and Lime squash, it's beautiful. And it's double strength as well, so you only need a little bit. It's lovely. It really, really is. Shows a lot when you can fill 7.5 minutes of game time, we chat about Aston Lemon and Lime. But there we go. If any of you happen to buy some lemon and lime from Asda and you have me on Twitter, I would love you to send me a picture on Twitter. It would be a right laugh. It'd be brilliant. But I don't think we need a complete army of lemon and lime people. That's probably a bit extreme. But back to the FM, because I do talk a lot of rubbish in these videos. But Gomez passes it forward. Sturridge, lovely forward ball to Moussa Dembele, and it's a goal for Dembele. The best player of the season. If you haven't been watching, this is your first episode. We signed him from Celtic for about 17.5 million last season, and he's our top goal scorer this season, I believe, with 32 goals in all competitions. Now, that is a very impressive stat. I think we scored 72 in the Premier League, and we've scored a whole lot in the Europa League. The Champions League and the Europa League. Goretzka's injured. That's probably a shame. That's probably Goretzka's last showing for the season. Goretzka signed as a free transfer at the end of last season, and honestly, that was a really good sign I think we made there, with a good partnership formed between Keita and Goretzka throughout the season, and it was a really good partnership. So 2 good signings there. Of course, Keita already coming in as a result of that 62 million bid that Liverpool are putting in real life. Don't know if that's the real figure, but if it was, that wouldn't be too bad, I guess. Dembele's obviously been good as well. Joe Gomez is an original player. I don't know why I said that. But we've got De Vries, Orban, we've got Jota, who's been very impressive the last few games. And I don't think we've completely transformed this squad. I just think that we've got rid of some of the dead wood and replaced it with logical solutions. At the end of the day, like the goalkeeper situation, it's just he was playing well. I mean, Mignolet could have kept that. Oh, nice 2-0. If it was before the save, and I said which one I'd probably kept Mignolet, because in real life he plays most of the games. But it just turned out that Karius had a really good run of form. Mignolet wasn't playing as well. And I thought, well, you know, Mignolet is going to be the one to go. And funnily enough, speaking of goalkeepers, we did suffer an injury with Danny Ward in a game in the Premier League a few games ago. So Moreno had to play in goal for the last 5 minutes. That was interesting. But Danny Ward is out for a few weeks. Hence why we've got Calleja, is it? Calleja? I don't know. I'll bet it's our best under-23s goalkeeper anyway. On the bench for today's game. And Francis Coquelin, 17 yellow cards so far this season. Alexander Arnold's only got 2. We do pride ourselves at the end of the day of being quite clean, and I do like that philosophy. As long as we can win, of course, losing that philosophy, that's fine. You know, if we have to kill all the rest of all the opposition and injure them, then we have to, I suppose. But I don't like playing like that. It's really going well though so far. I suppose Arsenal, after winning the league, aren't too bothered about this. Saying that though, wouldn't it be a great season for Wenger if they could win the Europa League and the Premier League? Quite possibly on Wenger's last season as Arsenal manager, I'm presuming, in game. He usually goes after a few seasons in the game, so I would be surprised if he stayed another season. But the club might offer him an extension. You know, he's won the league. It's definitely Wenger, by the way. It's not some randomer who's joined the club, because Wenger's always banging on about the press conference, so it must be Wenger. But we want to make sure they don't get a goal back, because obviously if they get a goal back, then the return tie at Anfield could be massively affected, with them only needing a 1-0 to go to the final. And the final will either be against PSV or Bournemouth. And for it to be against Bournemouth would be completely bonkers. It would really be bonkers. But Ozil's lined up at the end of the box, and it goes wide. But yeah, Bournemouth-Liverpool in the Europa League final would be quite crazy. And I think the Premier League would get behind Bournemouth, you know. In the FA Cup final, the Europa League final, it would be a brilliant story for the Premier League, wouldn't it, to be quite honest. And the fact that they still might go down. That's quite brilliant. It's 7:45 on Saturday night. If you're really interested, not much to talk about now. We've kind of really closed out this game and done really well. This could effectively end the tie, but Dembele has got the ball, and it's a lovely goal. Petr Cech should have done more to get that, but Daniel Sturridge supplies Dembele again. It's not really SAS anymore, is it? It's not Sturridge and Suarez. It's not really like that anymore, or the triple S. But Jota's now injured. That's a shame. We'll play Robertson there for a few minutes. He's not. Oh right. We've already made 3 subs, so that's fine. Jota then, we'll do a bit of a review on Jota. It's kind of like review all the players day today, but Jota, he signed from Atletico Madrid for about 17 million again, and I know he's only been here for 1 season, but he's played a big part in some games. He's quite versatile. I would like to train him a bit more as a striker, because at the end of the day, Coutinho, Mane, Salah, Woodburn, those are the sorts of players I want to play on the wing. So Jota would be a great backup striker in the future. Of course, he's still quite young. I think he's 22. So, you know, not too much to be concerned about there in terms of him being, you know, solidified to one position. But this has been a really good game. I wasn't expecting it, to be honest. I thought Arsenal would try and bully us today and try and get something out of it. But we've got a game between this and the next match against Arsenal. Galatasaray beat Bournemouth 1-0. Obviously, we've got a game between this and the next match. We've got a Watford game away from home. And then we play Arsenal away at the Emirates. So basically, Arsenal need a 3-0 win to take to extra time. If we get a goal, they need 5. Surely we can win this, can't we? Right, we're back straight away then for the return leg of Arsenal. They are still playing a 5-2-3. I can't remember any changes. I don't think Iwobi played last time. We've made a few changes. Robertson comes in, as well as Wijnaldum, of course, to replace Goretzka. Yeah, I expect to come back after this match is finalist. At the end of the day, we shouldn't lose 3-0. Logically, anyway, considering, you know, we actually won 3-0 at home. If we get 1 goal today, really, it is all over. So we're going to play in 2D in, you know, aid of doing the one thing. I personally prefer 2D. It looks more flawed. Oh, offside, shame. It looks a bit more flawless and looks better. And looks more streamlined, that's what I'm trying to say, on the video playback. But if you guys desperately want 3D, I can play 3D. It's got no effect on me. My personal opinion is it has a little down effect on you guys, because the video can be quite, oh dear, the video can be quite, what's the word? Oh, I can't think now. Jumpy, that's the one. But if you are okay with that, that's absolutely fine with me. I'm really not bothered, whatever way it goes. So we are playing Arsenal, obviously, in the return leg. They're already winning 1-0. I feel like there could well be a comeback on from Arsenal, which is why I'm making sure that we resist that comeback from Arsenal. Well, I'd hope that they don't come back, which makes us look absolutely foolish then. But, you know, if they do, we go to penalties. Or this is really getting on my nerves now. Basically, whenever you turn replay events on, it decides for everything to be replayed. So that'll have to be sorted out in a patch. I don't know. It's a bit odd, that is. Hopefully it'll end now, fingers crossed. But I don't really want every highlight to be replayed, because clearly not every highlight is worth being replayed. And then the what's it called? I can't even get my words out today. The uniqueness, I guess, of the highlights for goals goes out a bit if you have highlights for everything, because not everything's a highlight at the end of the day. This could be a highlight though. Keita, Salah, oh no, Ozil takes it off, and Kolasinac. Ozil again. Icardi. Xhaka. Boom shakalaka. Icardi still on the ball, and it is nearly a finish. We've got on counter-attacking football again, so we just need to make sure that we don't concede another 2. We haven't had a shot yet this game. It's amazing how much the pattern can change in a game. And here I am with the lemon and lime again. You guys are going to get so annoyed with that. But I suppose in FM18 my drinking habits might change a bit. I'm not changed to alcohol. No. That's not my style. I don't plan to do a drunken video. If, you know, the right donation is made. Oh my god. I'm just losing my mind here, to be honest. What I'm saying is I might well change variation to squashes, and I might even have J2O if I feel nice on one video. Now, it's not been a good one, but, well, okay, we're leading on aggregate. I think that's fair enough. But as long as we don't concede another 2, we will be absolutely fine and go to the Europa League final, either against PSV, who are obviously... Is it PSV now? I don't think it is, you know. I can't remember now, to be quite honest. We'll have a look in a second. Is it PSV or is it Feyenoord? I can't remember, you know. They beat one of the 2 in the quarterfinals. I can't remember who it is now. I know Bournemouth, obviously, but I cannot remember for the life of me the other club. If you look at the recent events, though, it looks like they've had really all the shots, but as long as they don't score another 2, as I said earlier, it really does not affect us whatsoever. So we'll make a substitution now. We'll bring Henderson on, as well as Danny Ings. Why not? Ings has been a bit lost recently. He had a good part of the season where he did really well, then got injured, and after that, to be quite honest, he hasn't really done anything. So that's a bit of a shame. But 66 minutes in, it looks like Arsenal are going to score 2, but the game isn't over until the fat lady sings. But in this, you know, in this context, it's very much the game isn't over until the whistle's blown. If we score a goal here, though, that will massively improve our chances. But it looks like Arsenal could do the reverse. So Ozil put it in for a Iwobi, and it's 2-0 now, Arsenal. And this surely, I think we're going to have to go attacking to just see if we can get that goal back. But if Arsenal score another one, you would think that the momentum will be with them. Obviously, of course, at the moment, we still go through. That's a very important thing to point out. But also to point out that if Arsenal get another one, it does get to extra time, which could be quite the embarrassment, considering we led 3-0 in half-time in this tie, effectively. So we've got 7 minutes left in this tie. 5 minutes now. 4 minutes. 3. Alright, we don't have to do a countdown. But unless there's a highlight, we'll be through to the Europa League final. 2 minutes to go. And of course, the only reason we're in the Europa League is because we dropped out of the Champions League on the group stages. So, a blessing in disguise? Maybe, maybe not. If we'd have dropped out in the round of 32, or is it the round... No, it's the round of 16 in the Champions League. If we'd have dropped out of that, would we have more chance in the league? We wouldn't have played as many games. It's all hindsight, and hindsight's a wonderful thing. But it looks like we are going to get to the top of the tree in terms of getting to the final. And just to confirm it, Michael Keane will take that free kick. And there we go, it's all over. And by the skin of our teeth, we are through to the Europa League final. That is brilliant. Now, who's going to join us? Is it going to be Bournemouth or the other team? It's Galatasaray. How could I get that one so wrong? Gutted for Bournemouth, of course, under Giovanni Van Bronckhorst. I don't know when Eddie Howe got sacked. He got sacked quite... no, he only got sacked at Christmas, to be honest. But, wow. Let's just have a look. knocked out in the semi-final by Galatasaray in the final of the FA Cup, and pretty much 16th for the Premier League. I'll just show you how the other game went. We were 3-3 against Watford in the Premier League. Nothing really to report on, apart from the fact that Dembele added another one to his tally. So, we've got the Southampton game, which I won't show you. How long have we been going in this video? Because I feel like we might just show the Europa League final and get it over with. I think it's 15 minutes max. Or would you guys prefer it to be tomorrow? You're either screaming, yes, or no, do it now. I'll do it tomorrow, because... yeah, I'll do it tomorrow. That sounds okay to me. It'll just be a dedicated episode. Then we can have a little bit of review afterwards. So, if you enjoyed this part of the Europa League, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you're new. And I'll be back tomorrow at 5 PM for the final episode of the Liverpool Beta Saves. I'm very sad. But go and have a look at the channel as well for the RB Leipzig save, which I've just started. And I'll see you guys tomorrow at 5 PM for the last episode of the LFC Let's Play on FM18. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.